Okay, can you tell me a little bit about your transition process, why you are leaving the position of Chancellor after 10 years?
Yeah. You know, when I first came here, I thought that 10 years would be a good amount of time, if you will, to be in leadership. Institutions need a change in leader from time to time, I think, to really sort of replenish the energy, if you will, and the vision. And so I think there needs to be a pretty compelling reason to stay beyond that. And what I'm thinking is I would like to get the institution to a certain point where then I could then hand it off to the next person to take it further. So I just felt this was the time to do that.
And what are you hoping to see in somebody who might succeed you in your position?
Well, I'd certainly want somebody who's going to be very student-focused, student-centered. I think that's very important. I think also it's very important for the next chancellor to be very community-engaged. We have a tremendous community here. I think this is really a crown jewel in the sense that we've got this great, powerful institution that's in the middle of this area that you name the endeavor, and we do it here in the Fox Valley. And so a chancellor who's super engaged in that and bringing those kinds of opportunities to the university would be very, very, very helpful.
And this next step that you're taking, can you tell me a little bit about why you decided to then become a chemistry professor?
Well, I was before. I was a chemistry professor. I love science, of course, and I love students and research and working in the lab primarily. And so I think there's still some very interesting projects that I could be a part of, even though I've been out of the discipline a little, well, 20 years. It's been a little bit of time. But at the same time, I still have the sort of the fundamental knowledge. It won't take me long to get back to where I once was, and I really like the idea of that kind of discovery and working alongside students.
And this position of chemistry professor, this has always been kind of where you've been set?
Yeah, I've always been grounded as a professor, as an academic in that way. And even though I sort of came up through a fundraising route earlier in my career, but chemistry was never far from that. And again, like I said, I have taught a couple of times here since I've been at UWO. Again, it's nice to be around students in that way, and that you can kind of get some sense of what students are experiencing and the kinds of services that we really need to provide for them.
So what are you hoping to accomplish in your last couple months here at the university before you move on from Chancellor?
Well, the big thing, of course, is to make sure I'm handing off a really strong, financially stable institution. And we're going to work very hard on that in the next several months to come. We're very close to achieving those goals. And then I think that the really fun project is going to be is working towards securing the funding for revitalizing our library learning commons, as we'd like to call it. I think that would be a terrific project to hand off to the new leader, where they worry about building it once we secure the funding from our friends in the legislature.